Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to take a seemingly simple piece of visual data and translate it into an absolute masterclass on strategic value and return on investment. If you're a stakeholder focused on optimizing your operations and making absolutely sure that your digital efforts actually translate to the bottom line, well, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it.
All right, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the face of confidence, move into harnessing digital analytics, explore capturing global market trends, and finally look at realizing tangible ROI. Section 1, the face of confidence, which really is the foundation of growth. Take a look at the central figure here. Notice that calm, smiling demeanor? In the absolute whirlwind of global markets, this kind of relaxed confidence is exactly what reassures stakeholders of stable leadership. He doesn't look stressed by the dynamic data or the floating capital, right? He is completely in control, and that indicates a system of highly predictable, controlled growth. Think of this operator like the physical bridge in your own organization. Steady leadership acts as the fulcrum. On one side, you've got this conceptual, predictive digital potential, and on the other, you have the hard, physical financial reality. Without this central balancing force holding it all together, the pipeline between data and dollars simply collapses. Moving right along to Section 2, harnessing digital analytics, or as we like to call it, the left hand. So the crucial point here is really understanding the dichotomy of this model. On side A, the left hand, we've got our digital inputs, the forecasting, global currency tracking, your calculated trajectory. Now contrast that directly with side B on the right hand, which is all about tangible outputs, realized profit, and stored wealth. It's an ecosystem, and one literally cannot exist without the other. And that brings us to a really vital question for any stakeholder tuning in. Where does all this momentum and growth actually originate? We see the success, sure, but where is the seed planted? Let's zoom in on those digital tools and find out. Now, what's really interesting as we zoom in on this tablet interface is that we aren't just looking at a single line going up. Notice those distinct, upward trending green and blue arrows? Those multiple color trajectories represent diversified, data-driven momentum. It shows a strategy that's pushing forward on multiple fronts simultaneously, which is huge. Let's ground this visual in some concrete stakeholder terminology. That tablet represents predictive analytics. It's the use of digital data and visual trajectory mapping to forecast and essentially secure future upward growth. So this isn't just a screen our operator is holding, it's a highly sophisticated forecasting engine where strategic value is modeled long before a single dollar is ever realized. All right, Section 3, capturing global market trends and expanding our reach. If you look closely, observe the specific currency markers flanking those growth charts. You've got both the dollar and the euro symbols right there. And guys, this is a massive indicator for stakeholders. This strategy isn't localized, it's globally aware, and it's actively monitoring diverse international ecosystems. The visual presence of those different currencies translates directly into a core business principle: market diversification. By tracking and aiming to acquire capital across multiple global currencies, this strategy effectively mitigates localized economic risks while simultaneously expanding total value. It's basically playing defense and offense at the exact same time. To sum up the immense power held in this left hand, consider these strategic takeaways. We have dual currency tracking, which minimizes our blind spots. We have distinct concurrent growth trajectories, proving diversified effort. And beautifully, we have a unified digital ecosystem, synthesizing all this complex global data into one manageable device that a confident leader can easily hold in the palm of their hand. Which brings us to the payoff. Section 4, realizing tangible ROI, the right hand. Let's see how this builds. Here is how this invisible, highly structured action flows seamlessly across our subject. Step 1 happens right on the tablet, analyzing digital data. Step 2 is also on the tablet, identifying those global trends. And that seamlessly leads us to Step 3 in the right hand, extracting physical value. But you've got to ask yourself, what is the absolute end goal of all this digital tracking, all this forecasting, and all these global metrics? Seriously, why do we build these complex digital pipelines in the first place? Well, this brilliantly illustrates the answer. Just look at the right hand. This is the direct translation of digital strategy into literal physical wealth.
The abstract data we analyzed on the tablet has fully materialized into floating bills and stacked gold coins right above the open hand. This, right here, is the exact moment strategic value becomes recognized return on investment.
Let's break down the visual components of this money for a second, because it actually tells an incredibly detailed story about financial health. The banded stacks of cash, that indicates high-volume, organized returns. The loose, floating bills represent continuous active cash flow and immediate liquidity. And finally, those stacked gold coins, they represent long-term stored wealth and stability. So this operation isn't just generating quick revenue, it's building a comprehensive, lasting portfolio of wealth.
Bringing the entire visual back into focus for a moment, we see the complete anatomy of success. It's all about equilibrium. The confident operator in the center perfectly balances the two. If you focus only on the digital inputs on the left, well, you have no capital. But if you focus only on grabbing cash on the right without the analytics behind it, your growth is going to stall out pretty quick. True success is mastering both hands simultaneously.
Which leaves us with this final, critical thought for you to take back to your own operations. Your digital screens might show data trending upward, but is your strategy successfully catching the capital on the other side? Ensure your pipeline, from analytics all the way to realized ROI, is fully connected. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.